Hey, Coach, a little bit better feeling to leave out with the ballpark with some Olsen magic compared to kind of where y'all have been in the weekend, and kind of just what your initial thoughts on what your team was able to do tonight.
Well, I'm very proud of the fight in our team, and Gabe got away from us early, and in the fifth inning, just like that, we don't have anything going, down 5-1. Ray Alejo gets hit by a pitch. Kalai pops a home run. Bryce Blum selflessly lays down a bunt, and just like that, we score 4 2-out runs, and that's what it takes for us. We have a chance to be a very special team. I truly believe that. I sense guys they're trying so hard to make something happen, and it just, baseball doesn't work that way. You got to pass it to the next guy, and I thought we did that. And Brian Sturgis late in the game in a 3-1 count moves Frizzell to third base, and we end up scoring that run, and that was to extend the lead, and just doing what it takes to move the offense. And once we do that, we play with a little more freedom, then we're going to start scoring a lot of runs. I truly believe that. And Mason Ornelas came and gave us a big hold, and Will Johnston was good as well in his relief appearance. Nathan Detmer got us off to a good start, and just a lot of heroes tonight.
Yeah, in that fifth inning, I noticed you two-out bunt laydowns. How much was that scouting report on trying to make third base make some plays, or how much of that was just trying to get a spark?
That's exactly what it was, just a spark, right? Trying to pass it to the next guy, do what it takes to get the next guy to the plate. And once you do that, then the big ball comes, and then the big inning comes, and each guy is trying to do too much. And it's not, I don't think has anything to do with being selfish. It's because they want so well for us to get rolling, like we know that we're capable of offensively, and like we're going to. And
both of those bunts, were called from the dugout?
I don't know. I haven't gone in to talk to the coaches. I would say they might have done it on their own. They certainly have the green light. Justin might have called it, but I've not talked to Justin post-game.
Gotcha. And as you've gone through these midweek games, and you go into the test this weekend, I know you said you had 16 guys around that could platoon in. Has that narrowed at all, or is it still wide open to see who can do what moving forward?
It's still wide open. The guys are going to write their names in the lineup with their consistent play, and I think you might have seen 16 of them tonight. I mean, they all got in there tonight, so the bench was empty, and Moo Menifee thought he might get in a bat there, but it wasn't the case.
And then finally, any status on Alejo?
Not as of right now. I think it's just a tweak of his hamstring. Hopefully he'll be fine, and I'm glad we took him out for precautionary reasons, but our hope is that he's fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Coach, Will Frizzell hit 2 home runs, hit a double as well. Also seems like he got robbed of a hit there in the 9th inning. Really seeing the ball well. What did you like about his performance tonight?
Well, I mean, he was big for us. I mean, he's the only offense that we had until the 5th inning. I mean, literally. And, he's a guy that can raise your blood pressure every time he steps in the box. And he has a gift. Not only does he have power, and he also has great command of the strike zone. He will take his walks and do those things. Will is a very advanced hitter.
Another guy who saw the ball well, only had the one hit to show for it, but flew out to the warning track a couple of times, has been Brian Sturgis, seeing the ball well the last couple of days as well. What have you liked from his approach at the plate and his overall game and his early on in his A&M career?
I love the way Brian plays the game all the way around. He plays with passion. He's infectious and makes everyone around him better. And like you said, he had a good night, only had one hit to show, but he swung the bat well, seeing the ball well. But he plays with great passion, and he's just very connected to his teammates. And good player.
You mentioned Mason Ornelas as well. What makes him such a good guy coming out of your bullpen that can give you some big innings like that?
Well, he works fast, he throws strikes, and he's got an out pitch that you can't match up against, rights or lefts. He's got the great change up, and just very confident. Certainly didn't want to go to him tonight, but the game forced us to, and we probably won't get him back to the middle part of the weekend.
And finally, how much did Moo lobby for at bat there in the 10th inning?
I'm going to tell you this. Moo, back in the day, I thought every time I saw him when I recruited him, he'd literally hit a double or a home run every time I saw him. And I thought, you know what, that guy, he's got a legitimate shot to be a two-way player when he comes to Texas A&M. But I think he decided he was going to be a pitcher only and throw the slider since he couldn't hit it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach, the way you guys were able to win tonight and what your team has gone through this evening, how big is that momentum-wise going into this weekend to Round Rock?
Well, it's certainly a lot better feeling getting on the bus tomorrow, but just the way it happened, the fight the kids had all night long, and not to be denied when things weren't going our way on a couple of different occasions, it just says to me how much it means to them. And I think once we can loosen the grip a little bit, we're going to play that much better. I mean, there was a lot of want to, and probably to a fault in our locker room and in our dugout. And I think that's a good thing. But, when we get some things go our way like tonight, hopefully we can gather that momentum and ride that for a while like we're capable of.
What do you expect in the tournament this weekend in Round Rock?
Well, I expect it's going to be it'll be better than any regional that we're going to play in. I mean, certainly two old Big 12 foes in Baylor and Oklahoma who do a really good job, well coached, very talented, and certainly Auburn has a great program as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good test for us, and certainly a challenge.
Do you like the fact that you'll get to see a conference opponent this early in the season?
It's something that we haven't done before, and I think just based on where we are with COVID, we wanted to make sure that we guaranteed ourselves some games. So when we lost the series, we jumped into that tournament knowing it was within driving distance and that they were going to have other teams there to play. So it'll be good to see them and just get a glimpse of them early in the season. But I think Butch probably feels the same way. We're just happy we got an opportunity to play 3 games.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Coach, what do you make of these close finishes? What's that do for your ball club this early in the season? And obviously you lost one, but you get one back tonight. So what's it like playing these down to the wire?
Well, I think when you get to experience Olsen magic early in the season, it's something you can always draw from later in the season, because there's going to be those moments again throughout the course of the year, and knowing that we're capable of doing it and understanding how you have to do it. You're not going to do it with one swing of the bat. You have to do it together, and the guys certainly did that tonight. I was just very proud of our composure late in the game and doing what it took together to find a way to cash in there late. And some heroes off the bench that hadn't played an awful lot. I mean, we talked about Austin Bose came in and Mikey walked, and Austin Bose goes backside with 2 strikes, and then Jordan Thompson ends up being the hero. But I'm just proud of all those guys for being prepared when their name's called.
Last question.
Yep. Follow up on that. What do you make of these mid-major schools? Saw SFA knocked off Oklahoma up at Globe Life Park, and obviously you had 2 barn burners with mid-major programs. You play these midweek games, and they're not a given, are they, Coach?
No, they're absolutely not. I mean, everybody has, the COVID seniors back, and the draft was only 5 rounds. Everybody's got an older bunch, very talented bunch, and there's not going to be any layups this year. I think we all realize that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.